Hey folks, back with my questions and answers about DevOps and SRE interviews, so you can practice more efficiently and get a better chance of getting an offer. So before I start, I need to make this view into slideshow so you can see it better. Slideshow. There you go. So, as you know, I'm going through the 15 top topics that I found through LinkedIn, researching LinkedIn job descriptions, and I'm going through them. However, I'm focusing on some of the items more than others because I think, in my gut, based on my experience, I think some of these are actually more common than they show up in the data. So today we're going to talk about Kubernetes and the questions about Kubernetes. So let's get right to that. So the question today is, in Kubernetes, what is a persistent volume, otherwise called PV, and what is a persistent volume claim, otherwise called PVC in Kubernetes, and how do they work together? So if you have done any practice for the CKAD exam, you would know that this is probably one of the little little difficult concepts to code. However, it's actually not a hard concept to grasp. It's two different things. The coding for PV and PVC is slightly more difficult, but that concept is actually pretty darn easy. So before I get to that, just a quick reminder: Floyd Spencer is my career advisor, has been for years. This is his website. You can get to it for a free 1 hour session with him for any job related question that you might have if you're in the market, especially. Okay, moving on. So I'm not going to read the slide because that'd be boring, but I'm going to try and explain to you what it is, right? So imagine if you have a disk of some sort, right? It could be SSD, it could be whatever, right? A volume where you can store data. Kubernetes will abstract away based on the code, right? How it's going to get the volume prepared for you, or it's already there, right? So you don't have to worry about all the things going on under the hood. As long as you code it right, it will present to you a volume, right? As a disk, if you will, where you can store data. However, just because a disk is there, a volume is there, doesn't mean a pod gets to mount it. That's where the PVC comes in, a persistent volume claim, right? So if we think of this you can think of this as a bus or a seat on a bus. That's PV. So you've created a bus, the seats are there, right? But you don't have a ticket yet, right? And that ticket is the PVC. So a pod will once if through your YAML coding, if you allow a pod to access a PV, that is done through this ticket called PVC. Once you have a claim, then no other pod can actually write to that volume, right? You see how this works. It's two layers. You have the volume created, and you have a ticket to get to the volume, use the volume, and that's PVC. That's really a better way to explain this than the mumbo jumbo language that I have on the slide. I hope you found this video useful. If you have direct questions, you can come to me just by searching my name on LinkedIn. I will do my best to answer your question. All right. I hope you found this useful. If you did, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.